Hi, I'm Bob with Back to Bob, and today I want to take you guys on a tour of my wood burning setup, and also we are going to prep everything for this winter. So I'm going to do a chimney sweep, I'm going to clean out the wood stove, going to get everything prepped and ready, and probably do a test fire on the wood stove in the house so that we're ready before it gets too cold. It's middle of October in central Wisconsin, so today we're in the high 40s, low 50s. It's a great fall day to be outside doing things. So right now I've got the Brio Y19 burning here. I'm actually burning a bunch of loose bits and pieces and stuff that I had before when I stacked all the firewood here. I would dump the trailer in the driveway, and all the loose pieces and things like that were left behind. We're burning those right now. So I will show you the tools that I have ready for today's project, and I'll give you a tour of my setup. So I just grabbed a different tripod from in the house, but this is my little outdoor wood burning area. Like I said, that's that Brio Y19. I got confused because I do have an X24 out at the camper, but this little Y series is pretty cool. Gives off a fair amount of heat, and then later tonight I'll be cooking over it. You can see I've got they call it the outpost with the grill grate right there. But I wanted to show you my firewood collection for this winter. These racks aren't quite a face cord each. They're not quite 4 foot tall, but they're 8 foot wide, and these are relatively cheaply made, but they do the job. And this is probably my 5th year using these racks, so this should actually get us by this winter. I figure it's about 2 full cord when you take into consideration that other small rack that's back there. The issue with these racks is that they do tend to sink as it rains and things like that. They'll start to tip one way or the other. So when you first start to put firewood on them, it's important to try and level them as much as possible. Now I'm on we got road base here for a driveway, gravel, rock, what have you, and that makes it a little bit more of a challenge. If it was on flat cement or something like that, they would stay a lot more level, a lot easier. And here's basically of the firewood that I have stashed up there, stacked up. This is what's left. The chaff and debris and things like that. So that's what I'm burning in my Brio today. Whatever I don't burn in there, I'll put in this trash bin, and I will take that out to our camper and burn out there. But here we've got one of those smaller racks right here, and case in point, this thing is sitting kind of sideways, just because they sink pretty easily. So I'm going to take you over to where I've got my tools set up for today's project. I will be cleaning out the chimney. Got the vacuum for inside the house. I have the screw gun because inside the house I'm going to take the chimney apart, and I'll take basically a big section of it off and outside the house. I have the drill so that I can put the adapter on the drill and then onto these extensions for the chimney sweep. And so basically as I go up the chimney, I'll put this one in first, and then I'll just keep attaching these until we hit the top. And last year I didn't have a mask. This year I will be wearing a mask because there is a lot of nasty stuff that comes out of that chimney when you clean it. And I'll take you over to the chimney now. So this chimney is not the prettiest. The soffit and fascia is going to get redone up there, and obviously I never got up here to trim out the expanding foam and stuff that goes around there. But it's a double wall stainless steel. See the supports way up there. And as I run this cleaning tool up there, I'll be able to see those pink fingers or strings come out the top of the chimney there. And this is kind of nice because there is a clean out right here. So basically I will take this off, and then I will send the cleaning apparatus up there. And then inside the house we'll take off the chimney piece that connects to this. So I already sort of loosened this cap. I don't know what to expect here. I do expect it to be a little messy. It's been raining kind of nonstop here, and so I would expect there to be some water and some garbage here, but I'm going to be really careful with this. Drop it down. Oh yeah, there's a fair amount of junk there. So this is just what's at the bottom there. So you can see there's a bunch of creosote and not really good stuff there. All right, so this is going to be kind of hard to show, but you can see some buildup in here. I'm going to try and shine this light in here at the same time. So it doesn't look terrible, but we're definitely going to want to clean that out. And the worst part is that there's a small section of horizontal stove chimney pipe inside the house, and you know, that's where you get the most creosote buildup, at least I think. But this doesn't look too terrible. I'm going to set the camera up on the tripod now and then start doing my sweep. All right, so I'm going to do little by little here. My voice is a little more muffled now because I am wearing the mask, but I am going to put the arbor on the drill, and then I'm going to start by just connecting this one piece here. I dump that in there. So basically, you can see this is what the end of it looks like, and now when I spin this, that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to go in with one section, spin it. You can see a lot of stuff coming out. Okay, now I'm going to put the next section on. Came with a little release tool. I was going to try to get away without using it, but I will need it, so try and show this on the camera too. So you can see here, there's a release button, so I'll push that in. Then I'll be able to take this off and add the next extension. And it's important to note that you're going to have to stuff this back up there and then put the extension on, because once you get probably the third extension on, you're not going to be able to stuff this thing up there. So hopefully I can just rest it here. Yes, while I re-grab the drill. And let's reconnect. A quick coupler here. There we go. I'm going to start high and I'm going to just bring it back down. You definitely do not want to be breathing this in. There's a lot there. Wow. All right, put another extension on. It is a little time consuming messing with the extensions and taking this in and out of there, but honestly, it's a lot better to spend this time now and not risk having a chimney fire later in a year. So it's fine. Let's see. Connect this back up. And I'm gonna go up again. This time I kept the release tool in my pocket. So pop this off. Hopefully it'll stay right here again. Nice. Okay. Put the next section on. And connect it to the drill. All right, up again. Last section to add here. Okay. Now, let's see if I can take this off the tripod here, because this is kind of cool. Keep my orientation right. If you look way up there, try and zoom here. If you watch at the top, you can see the sweeper coming out of there. All right, so I reached the top. I'm going to disconnect each one of these from the drill. You can see it kind of made a mess of the side of the house here, but it'll clean up. It's just some ash and some soot. Better to get it out of there now than, like I said, risk a chimney fire in the middle of winter. So I'll get these disconnected, and then we are going to go into the house and work on the inside section of the chimney. Okay, so now we're in the house, and you can see how the chimney works in here. It goes up, and like I said, it's got that horizontal section, which is not the best for keeping things clean, because you can have a tendency to have the soot and creosote and things build up on the bottom here. So it's really important to get this section out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, I have, you can see this elbow is held in with Phillips screws, so I'm going to take all the screws out here and all the screws out on this section as well. I'll be able to pull this out and then take this straight pipe out completely. Those I'm going to take outside to work on, and then I will run the chimney sweep from the inside of the house outwards. So I'll push it through here so it all drops down outside. I'm going to do my best to not disturb things in here. So I'm going to use my Milwaukee Impact, but I'm going to be very gentle when I take this apart and when I put it together, because this is just sheet metal, and you can strip this stuff out really easy. Just going to set these on top of the stove. Okay, we got the 3 out of that one. We got 3 here. And there's a top one here. Let's see if I can find it. Got it. Okay, so like I said, I want to try to be as gentle as possible so as to disturb this as little as possible. So I'm going to take this one, will lift straight out of the stove now. In theory, I can turn this out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to take this directly outside now. So if we take a look here, these are the pieces I pulled out from inside the house. There is a lot of junk in this elbow, and there's a lot of junk in this straight pipe even as well. Now I don't know, I guess I can't remember if I cleaned the chimney last year or not. Inside, I know I did outside, but it sure does not look like it was done inside. So I'm going to try to get a visual for you to see down in there. That's pretty nasty. So I'm going to run the sweeper down here, and you can see I have this this temperature probe here. So I'm going to run the sweeper from the bottom until I hit that probe, and then from the top until I hit that probe, just to, I don't want to shove the sweeper all the way through and then damage that probe, because that's pretty handy to have actually. So we're going to get all of that cleaned out of there. Well, that's a pretty big difference already. Okay, flip it. Go down this way now. Yeah. Oh yeah, much better. I wonder if I can show the camera this. That's a lot better. All right, well, I can't focus on it, but I will do this elbow piece, I hope. Wow. Well, I have to say this tool is pretty resilient. Okay, that looks a lot better too. Again, I'll see if I can get this in front of the camera here. And you can see it's looking pretty good. Okay, so basically I've got one lateral section in the house to do now. So I'm going to run the drill with the chimney sweep tool from the inside of the house to the outside. So we'll see what comes out of here now. So if there were reasons that somebody would have for not wanting a wood stove, I would say that the mess is probably top of the list. But right now, this is about the messiest it'll ever get in the season, getting things clean right now. So I'm going to take my screws back off of here for the chimney, because I'm going to vacuum everything up now. Look at that, we got nice little screw imprints there. And this tool. I am going to clean everything up now, vacuum it as best as I can. And you can see when I swept in there, a lot of the powder and dust started to come back out, so I stopped so I could vacuum that out. So I'm going to clean this up now and then start reassembly. All right, now I'm going to grab the long stovepipe, set this back into place. This is double wall stovepipe, It's just not the it's not the same as the stuff that we have on the outside of the house. And so this stuff will actually give off quite a bit of heat yet. You shouldn't really touch it while the stove is going, but it's rated for indoor use, but it's still a double wall. So now we'll see if I can get this line back up the way it needs to be. This might be sort of a challenge, but I am up for the challenge. Well, looks like I should probably go buy a lottery ticket because that stuff. Wow, yeah. Well, I better get the screws started before it changes its mind here. So now, like I said earlier, I'm going to use my impact, but I'm going to go very gently because I do not want to strip this out. And as long as you hit the holes, it'll kind of pull it back into place where it was. That's why it was clicking a little bit there. But now over here, oh yeah, that's lining up nice. Okay, you can see there's still some soot falling out of here, so I'm going to probably run the vacuum around all these joints, and then I'll clean everything with some mild cleaner before we do our first fire. And as long as I can find this top hole, we will have this thing back together. There we go. Okay, so now you can see this is all nice and secure. Let me get everything cleaned up. And yeah, the inside part is complete. Now, to the outside. You can see how this has a, there's kind of these diagonal notches. So I'll turn it, and I'll do it with both hands as soon as I'm not holding the camera. But that's done there. And one of the things I didn't mention with that stove is that when we did the install, we did put a fresh air inlet in it. This is an old house, but it is sealed up relatively well. So in order to get a decent draft going, they recommend doing a fresh air inlet. So we have this goes right into the back of the stove as the fresh air inlet. And then of course, you know, our chimney comes out here. All right, you can see I got things pretty well cleaned up in here. Wiped off the tile, wiped off the glass, cleaned the chimney pipes, and here I got this trivet. I'll use this to warm stuff up in winter. You do a slow cook on a soup or something like that. And then this, we just fill up with water. Obviously I have to clean it, but we fill this up with water and it evaporates throughout the day. So kind of gives us a little bit more humidity because, you know, it gets pretty dry in winter. So what I do is I use these, really any kind of fire starter, but I found these at a good price, and I don't know, there was like 48 of them in here. I think it was around $12. And so I'll put this in first. And here we've got our damper. So this will be all the way closed. That's all the way open. So I'm gonna leave it all the way open. I'll open this up, and I will put in the fire starter. Actually, I think I'll put a piece of kindling, kind of prop it up a little bit. Then I will light that. Got the fire starter going. I'll put in a couple of these pieces of kindling that had the birch bark on it, because that'll help get things rolling. Kind of put that right in the flame there. Yeah, there's another piece right here. I'll put that in there, get that kind of lit. I tend to kind of, just when things are first starting to get going here, cross things different ways because I want to have good airflow. And you know, the smaller the split the kindling is, the easier it's going to be to get a fire rolling in there. So let's see if I got another smaller piece here. So I'll put this in there. So this is this stove is a Morso, I think it's a 7110, and these are made in Denmark. At the time I got this, I was involved with a business that was a dealer for these products. They never carried the wood stoves, but they carried all the other Morso products. So I was able to get this stove at a good price, and it does a really good job. We have it's probably a 1,500 square foot house. It'd be nicer if it was more centrally located in the house, but there really wasn't a way to make that happen. We had to do it on an outside wall so we could put the chimney out easier. So it's in the corner of our dining room, and it keeps the lower level pretty evenly warm throughout the day. The furnace doesn't have to run much in winter, so it's saved us a lot of money on the gas bill, but also wood heat. There's just a different feel to it. So this is about, I think, 4 minutes into the fire now. It's doing pretty well. I'm going to put a couple more small pieces of kindling in here. I really want to get a good flame base going before I try to put anything bigger in. And this stove really doesn't take big wood anyway. I think the widest I could put in here is 18 inches, and most of the stuff that I have here is 16 inches long, or it's like 15 and 3/4 or something like that. That seems to be a really good size. All right, so we're all done. I got the outside chimney swept, the inside chimney swept. We got the stove cleaned out, wiped down. I cleaned up the mess that I made in the dining room and outside of the house. I just got to put tools away now. I'm gonna put some more wood on the Brio here and get ready to start making supper. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit fun doing something on my own for the first time, and I'm gonna continue to do more videos, and they're gonna be probably completely random, from home improvement stuff, like what you just saw in this video, working on cars, working at our campsite, a little bit of off-grid stuff. So it's going to be a little bit of everything, but really appreciate you guys watching. And if you like this video, subscribe for more.